Hey everyone, this is Rick Alberty. I'm the Executive Director of ChamberSOUTH, and today we're here for another episode of ChamberSOUTH Spotlight. Today I have the honor to talk with my good friend here, Mr. Bill Blanco with PSM Facility Solutions. How are you, Bill?
Good, Rick. How are you? Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning to you. How's everything going?
Everything's going well. Not too bad. Enduring the weather.
It's getting hot out there now.
It's getting hot.
I mean, it looks like a little rain, which is good, but we need the rain.
We need the rain. I think all the levels are down, so we can certainly use it.
We could definitely use it. So, Bill, today I'd like to learn more about PSM Facility Solutions. But before we do that, who is Bill Blanco?
You know, I'm just a guy, it's been a long trajectory for me from one thing to the other. But for the past 23 years, I've just been helping build this company and moving it from just a small startup to serving 3 different states now with over 150 employees.
So you started PSM Facility Solutions 23 years ago.
That's correct.
Why did you choose to start PSM Facility Solutions?
You know, everyone needs service. This is a service industry. This is a service industry state. I think the last statistics I heard is 70% of the state businesses are service related. And we noticed kind of a need for something that was a little bit more flexible in the industries that we serve. And I mean, we serve everything from medical to retail to industrial to office to buildings. Anything that has to do with maintaining a facility, whether it's cleaning it, maintaining it, repairing it, rebuilding it, or building it from the ground. Scalability was an option that our clients said that they liked, where they can move up and down on whatever the service needs are. Flexibility has been big because one size doesn't fit all. So we, kind of figured that out early on. And we are able to craft the service for the needs, budget, and specific scale that clients need.
And how did you start the business? Was it yourself? Was it?
My wife and I, and you know the old saying, necessity is the mother of invention. So we actually started from very, very, meager means and doing the work ourselves and going out there and learning the business and learning how to serve the different needs of our clients. It was actually very motivating to us to be able to go out there and teach our employees to do things because we had done it before. So it's not like I'm asking someone to go clean an office or go to repair something without us seeing the facility and knowing the tasks that get involved. So we're able to provide our clients a much better product, much better service because we know the industry and we've learned the different needs of the different clients.
I learned that early in my livelihood. I started working at UPS in 1977. And back in the day, not now, but back in the day, they would make you do every single job as you moved up in the up the ladder to make sure you don't forget, number one, how it was done, and number two, what they're going through to get the job done.
Exactly.
And that's extremely important because you've been there, you've done that. They can't tell you, hey, it can't be done that way, or it has to be done this way, or something like that.
Well, absolutely. And look, let me start by saying that I wish I could say I was a mere child in 77 when you were starting at UPS. But that's absolutely correct, Rick. I says we need to know, I think a company needs to know exactly what the employees are doing and the difficulties of the employees' work so that we can better serve the client and we can better serve the employee. When we started this company, there was a couple of things that we thought was just absolutely paramount. Employee paychecks got to be accurate. They've got to be on time. There has to be enough supplies for them to do actually the work. They shouldn't have to buy any of the supplies. Everything should be provided to them, so they just are providing the service and the labor to do it. And they've got to be respected. And I think that in leading this company, those 5 things have always been kind of our guiding light. To date, we provide, our company provides benefits to the employees that I don't know that a lot of our industry partners also provide. I mean, we contribute to their retirement. We contribute to for their vacations. We provide them all the uniforms. We provide them all the equipment. We provide all the supplies for the clients. The clients don't have to worry about going anywhere and buying anything.
At no cost to the employee?
At no cost to the employee.
The uniforms and everything?
Everything is provided to the employee. So the employee has zero investment to come to work in this company other than providing quality services to the clients. And so we enforce that focus. We don't want them to worry about, I need a broom, or I need a screwdriver or a hammer, or I need this or that or the other. We make sure that their focus is on providing the quality service that we're promising to clients by the company providing them everything that they need. On the other side of that coin is that the client doesn't have to worry about, did I run out of trash bags? Do I need another broom? Does the vacuum work? We provide all that for the clients. They don't need to buy the cleansers. They don't need to buy anything.
When do you provide that's a very good point there. When you provide the trash bags, the cleaning products and everything for the client, do you add that on to their monthly bill?
That's all included.
Everything's included in whatever the monthly
That's correct.
statement is.
Whatever that cost is to that client, it includes all the services we provide. And I think that the most important thing that we provide, aside from all of that, is that they are 100% risk-free. They have no liability for any damage. They have no liability for any loss. They have no liability for any employee injury. They have no liability to their company. And I think that one of the first things I always ask our clients is, are you safe and are you risk-free with your current vendors? Have you asked them these questions? Have you asked them for their insurance? Is it valid? Is it a AAA company? Is it a company that stands behind their policy? Those things have a value that is immeasurable to the client.
There's no doubt.
Even with the contractor, even if you have, in the state of Florida, even if you have a waiver for workman's compensation, the law says that whoever hires that person is still responsible if that person doesn't cover their own expenses.
What?
It's a very vertical workman's compensation law here in Florida.
See, that's a good message to tell our listeners, because a lot of people have no idea of that.
Absolutely. So we ask our clients to think about all that and make if they're going to make an investment, make an informed investment. Are we the cheapest thing on the planet? Probably not. But we are the most cost-effective, that is legally compliant, that provides all the services and customer care to the client that they're going to have.
Bill, you just used the word that, a lot of people don't like to talk about, but you just said legally compliant. And in your business, and we know that it affects a lot of businesses down here in South Florida. Every administration in our government is different.
Oh, yeah.
And every 4 years, things change. Some change radically. And right now, I would think that it's kind of difficult, because you've got to hire and you've got to be careful on what kind of employee you hire, because make sure that their I-9 is intact and everything else. Am I correct in saying that?
That is correct. And I got to tell you, one of the things that we've done since day one is we've made sure that we're legally compliant with every employment law of this country. We use E-Verify before E-Verify was mandated. While I am sympathetic to the immigrant community, we all are immigrants. We're built for an immigrant community, right? We also have to understand that there are certain standards in immigration laws and processes that we need to be compliant with for the benefit of business and for the benefit of the employee. We know that some employees have been exploited just simply because of an immigration status. So
Absolutely.
There are ways also, these safeguards, so to speak, are in a way beneficial to the employers, to the clients, and to the employees themselves. So while we're legally compliant, all our employees have to have legal authorization to work here, and they're verified. Everybody goes through a background. Everybody gets vetted and references checked and whatnot. We understand the plight of the people that are unable to gain that employment. Unfortunately, we're legally obligated to only expose our clients to persons that can legally work in this United States, because that's part of our risk-free promise to them. I'm not going to have our clients face any risk that is unnecessary or caused by our company.
Well, you face a lot of risks. as a business owner,
Yes.
because on a daily basis, you send people to different locations to do the work for your clients. Your client may be in South Miami, they may be in Fort Lauderdale, they may be in West Palm Beach. The price of gas now, and the price of transportation, the time of transportation, that's something that you have to bear the brunt.
Absolutely. And it's been a taxing period of times since these increases have gone on. We have services in Florida from Homestead all the way to Tallahassee. And our managers travel those areas, and our supervisors have to go to these different areas to supervise. We have operations in 9 different locations in San Antonio, in Houston, in Dallas, and in Georgia. So we're very sensitive to the cost of gas and to the travel expenses our employees have to do. Everyone has those same challenges. It's how the company manages it and how we are able to mitigate them. We use GPS positioning so that even our employees, on their application that they report to work, we know when they're at work and we know when they leave work because of the GPS positioning. So that helps us a little bit mitigate those costs, because it avoids from having to travel to different areas just to find where our employees are. We know where they are, so our routes are a little bit more direct. Our timing and our planning of that schedule is a little bit easier, so it mitigates a little bit of the cost of driving in areas or at times that you don't need to be driving. It's just you're going to spend more time. But absolutely, and those expenses, unfortunately, are passed to consumers in one way or the other.
Sure, of course.
And I think that, and fortunately, I think most of the consumers understand that there are certain costs that are just inherent costs of doing business. Still, when you measure quality and value of service, I think that we outweigh the costs of what we charge our clients in just the mere way that we've been functioning our business. One of the things that nobody likes to say, or some people don't like to hear, is that we prefer to take a smaller profit margin for our company and have stability in the longer term simply by paying our employees more, offering them vacation, offering them a contributing 401k plan, employee discounts, employee assistance programs, and periodic bonuses that sure cost the company a little bit more. The company makes less money on the bottom line. But the stability and the service and the quality that delivers to our clients make us more reliable and makes us a little bit steadier. And some people say in a very colloquial way, it's better to have a hamburger every day than a steak once a month. And if you take that kind of, thought process, it's best to have a steady, always delivering service than have something that has peaks and valleys that your clients don't quite know what they're having and what they're getting.
From what you're offering your employees, the key word there I'm going to say is retention of your employees.
Absolutely.
And because of being able to retain your employees, a business owner like myself, in my location at ChamberSOUTH, I have the same person there week after week after week doing the cleaning my facility, maintaining my location. She knows where everything is at. She knows where the hotspots are. Sure. She knows what needs to be looked at the most. So I think that's very important in what you just said.
Absolutely. And that's a planned effect that we do. And I think a lot of companies, we do it a little bit differently. A lot of companies will hire a person and will go to 5 different locations that evening, and the process is quantity and not quality. We're trying to focus on the quality and not the quantity. When we dedicate someone to a client's location, that person is dedicated there for a certain amount of hours that we've committed to the client to doing. How do we do that? Well, we base it. How many employees do you have? How many rooms? How many restrooms? What areas need to be cleaned? What is the scope that you want us to perform? There's a finite number of hours or time that someone is dedicated to that. And that's the time that we dedicate to that specific client. We don't share that time with any other client. We don't rush out of there so that we can handle 5 other places. That's the employees. That's the dedicated time that they're there. It gives the employee more stability. It gives the client better services. It delivers the quality and the value that we're doing. And the client's getting what they're paying for. They're not sharing and they're not overpaying because they're spreading the wealth around. And one thing that's very important, these are all employees that are W-2 employees that are workman's compensation covered. They have auto insurance covered. So if they get in a wreck in your parking lot, they're covered by us, not by you. And they all have general liability insurance.
That's
so
important.
what happens is there's no independent contractors. There's no one that got, just has a different business. These are all employees that we're responsible for. Same uniform, same employees, same management, same company.
That's extremely important because you know what I mean. Some people say, no, I'd rather do it in-house. I'd rather hire someone in-house. It's tough. It's tough to have someone in-house do all those.
Not only is it tough, but the risk that
Absolutely.
someone is getting. And look, we go to a lot of companies. A lot of people call us, and our sales goes out to and knocks on doors to obviously grow and expand the business and offer our services to others. So we found a lot of people says, no, my suegra does this, or my cousin, or I've got a friend, or the lady that does the house, or my receptionist picks up afterwards. And those are all good, well, possibly viable and easy solutions. What we try to educate the clients is that those all bring a risk.
No doubt.
Number one is if insurance has class codes. So you pay your insurance for your employees depending on the class code they have. A receptionist has a class code, a warehouse guy has another class code, sales guy has another class code, the manager has another class code. So if that person does a function that is not relevant to that class code, and they happen to get in an accident for whatever reason may be, they may not be covered with that insurance, or that insurance may penalize you because you've got to now cover the previous class code and this class code. Number one. Number two is the person's independent. You're responsible for the payment, 100% of whatever that workman's compensation claim is.
No doubt.
And if they have no workman's compensation, then the company, the client has to pay for that. But when you hire a company such as ours, and I'm sure there's other companies out there, although we like to say we have no competition, right? That's a risk-free. No one's got to worry about, God forbid, something happens to the employee, or somebody knocks a computer screen off the desk, or somebody stains the carpet, or someone falls down. Things happen. That's why they call them accidents.
Exactly.
But all those things are covered, and all those things are warranted by us. I mean, it's not any responsibility to the client whatsoever.
Bill, you also got supervisors that work for you.
Absolutely.
And those supervisors go to the different locations just to follow up to make sure that everything's okay?
Yes. That's key. We're probably a little bit supervisor heavy compared to other companies and industries, but I find that that's been kind of the key in maintaining stability and retention and quality of service. These guys go out and these ladies go out and they have a list and they have a scope of service. And this is what we do daily. This is what we do weekly, every 2 weeks, monthly, so that we know at what stage of the game we're at in these locations, and we make sure that those things are being done. And they all have their varying styles, but I mean, they all know to look behind the door, to look in the corners, to look on top of the the dusting areas, on top of the frames and whatnot, because these are the details a lot of other people miss. This is kind of some of the service that we sell. Let's pay attention to the details a little bit.
You know what, that first time, because when we first started using you over a year ago, and then I see your supervisor come out, and I'm saying, unbelievable. There's somebody here that's following up to make sure that things are well. He sits down, speaks to you. Is everything good? Do you need anything?
Right.
Things like that. Now, tell me about supplies. You talked about supplies earlier. Does that mean that me as a business owner, I could purchase, I don't have to worry about running out of toilet paper. I don't have to worry about running out of napkins. Everything can be ordered through you. Am I correct in saying that?
That's correct. Years ago, we ran into, and again, necessity is a mother of invention. So we ran into clients that would say, oh my gosh, I ran out of paper towels or toilet paper or hand soap and sanitizer, whatever the case may be. And they'd ask us, can you guys bring me one? I said, well, sure. So we actually spoke to and became a distributor of everything that has to do with cleaning and maintenance services. We represent companies like Rubbermaid, Kimberly-Clark, Georgia Pacific, Colgate-Palmolive, Lysol, Clorox brand, all of those, as well as some private brands. And as a distributor, we are able to then pass the savings that we get on to our clients. So they don't need to run out. They can buy these things directly. They can just go on our website and order these things and
they can go on your website
get it drop shipped. And we can drop ship anywhere in the United States for them. So we have clients in other areas that just go to our site because of our prices and order, and they get delivered to their location, whatever supplies they need.
Does it matter what size organization?
It doesn't matter what size organization.
You started this business in Miami, am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
What made you open up in Texas and in Georgia and other parts of Florida?
Our clients that we had here took us to those areas simply because of the success we had in their locations in the local market. And they've expanded, and we've expanded with our clients. And our first clients at all these other locations have been clients that we started in Miami. And they have said, by the way, I've got operations here, I've got operations there. Can you guys handle that? So we've gone out and we've developed a network where we've been able to open offices in these other areas, open operations, staff them, all with our employees. Still, these are not contractors. These are not third party. These are all PSM Facility Solution employees that work in these different locations. And I think that, beating my own drums here, I think that's a testament to the services that we do, is when our clients trust us to go 1,000, 1,200 miles away and handle their facility needs as well.
There's no doubt. That's impressive. Tell the listeners out there, Bill, why PSM Facility Solutions instead of a competitor? Besides the fact that you're insured, you have great employees, you have retention, you offer 401k, why PSM Facility Solutions?
Why not? Tell me a reason why someone would want to have risk, why someone would want to expose their company to unnecessary exposure and risk. Tell me why someone wouldn't want to know when their employees or when their cleaning services are there and being supervised, and that they want to make sure that they're on a uniform. Everybody's got cameras. So no matter where you're standing in your operation, you will see our employees because they've got logos in the front and logos in the back of their shirt. So security-wise, you know what's going on. They're all geo-fenced, so you know when they show up, you know when they leave. So why would someone not want that peace of mind, that security, and that kind of service and that kind of flexibility to do their services?
So do you feel that PSM Facility Solutions goes above and beyond other facility businesses out there?
At the sound of being self-serving, absolutely. I know that we do, simply because of some of the commentaries that we've had. If you go to our website, you'll see what some of the clients speak about our services. And that's kind of what the driving force that keeps us moving around. We're not looking for this big volume of business. There are clients that we say, we're not your service, because what they want is not the level of service that we normally provide. And that sounds almost snooty. But we understand that some people have different needs. But we're here for the company that's serious, that wants risk-free service, that wants service that they can count on, a company that responds, has been around for 23 years, it has their own employees, and a lot of other features and benefits. One of them is retention and stability in the market.
No doubt. We talked a lot about cleaning and maintaining a facility. How about building, repairing? Do you do any of that? Absolutely.
We've got an entire division that does nothing but facility maintenance and repairs. So we go to any location and something breaks in an office environment or whatnot, as it often does, whether it be your lights or your ceiling tiles, your carpeting, your doorknobs, your toilets, your sinks, You want to paint, you want to take down a wall, you want to put up a wall. So we've expanded that into that area. We've expanded into the remodeling business. And with our partners, we've expanded into actually building. So we've built, along with our construction partners, probably in the area of 5 different dental practices where we've set up and actually build from the ground up. And we've maintained them, we've cleaned them, we do everything that's required from them. So we offer a one-stop solution for someone who wants their facilities maintained, whether we're cleaning them or supplying them or maintaining them. One client, one location, one invoice, one point of contact. Everything is under one roof, and everything is insured.
You know, that's unbelievable how you've been able to grow this business from starting just you and your wife and going out there, knocking on doors, and then slowly but surely, not just facility maintenance, but also the facility solutions.
Exactly. And I guess that's where we grew. We in 23 years, we've seen the needs of a lot of different businesses, and we've seen that they are often struggling and costing them money in having to look for 2, 3, 4 different services at one time that come in. So that's 3 or 4 different people that you're having to schedule, coordinate, 3 or 4 different billing companies that come in, 3 or 4 negotiations that you have to do. When with us, we come in and we take care of basically everything that your facility is going to need, from putting a robot at night to clean your floors to actually having a human. It's all under one roof, and it's all that we provide for our clients.
You can do high rises, office buildings, or just homes?
Nope. We do mainly commercial properties, homeowner associations, property management companies, and we have a division that's now open to doing some homes in certain markets of the area in the south end of the Dade counties where we started that.
Okay.
And one of the new things that we're starting is we're starting a concierge service where I know a lot of buildings need someone that greets visitors or that is at a focal point in the office to make sure that the visitors are directed or that the elevators or that the doors are manned and whatnot. So we're offering that, and that benefit of that person is that it's also eyes and ears and maintenance solutions for whatever happens, because they can actually take some steps to mitigate any issue before it becomes a more expensive issue to handle.
And all your employees are vetted 100%.
All our employees are vetted. All our employees are legally able to work in the United States. They're all under the We Verify. They all have backgrounds. They all have uniforms, and they all have supervision.
Bill, before we finish this, is there anything else you want to tell the listeners out there about PSM Facility Solutions or about Bill Blanco?
No,
how can they get a hold of you?
You can call us at 888-816-4220, or on the internet, you can find us at thefacilitypros.com.
At what?
Thefacilitiespros.com.
Love it. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Rick, for having us here. We appreciate your job.
On 3, we're going to say goodbye to those cameras right there. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, everyone.